Why does everyone hate Manly?
It's because I don't think they hate him as much anymore because they haven't been as successful. It's like the sort of maybe Melbourne might have taken that now. Like everyone sort of hates on Melbourne a little bit. Or the Roosters. They were so good for so many years, and they've got such a good culture over there. It's when you get over there, I hated Manly as well when I played at Parramatta, and then I got over there and I'm like, fuck, I love all the boys here. This is me. Like, this is so like everyone's we stick to ourselves like we're in our own little bubble. Like did you see with the COVID, they've got the COVID bubble like they're in their own little area. It takes a minute for people to come visit you, so you end up just staying back in the beaches and doing your thing and becoming really close. We had a real close knit group there and won a lot of games and had a little niggle about us too, which I liked. I didn't probably have that at Parramatta, but once I went to Manly, I started talking a bit of shit because we were winning games, which didn't go down well with some people because I was probably seen as mediocre and should have been talking that smack. But I loved it, mate. So I got the opportunity to win a few games and stand behind the boys and talk a bit of shit. So I liked it.
Yeah, I love that. You just mentioned Manly's culture and something for myself. Obviously, looking from the outside in, when I first came into the NRL, there were guys like the Stewart brothers, Jamie Lyon, Steve Maddai, Anthony Watmo, and it just looked like Manly were just such a tight-knit group and just the culture, like it was like you feared Manly. I feared Manly when I was playing when I was a youngster. I was like, man, we're playing Manly this weekend, And we at the Sharks, like we've had a poor record against Manly up until I think this year and last year we've won a few games against them. But prior to that, like they always had the wood over us. And so what do you think it is about that culture, or back when you were playing with those boys specifically that you play with? How did they create, I guess, that that culture? Was it just being successful?
Yeah, I was scared of them as well, mate. So the thing is, like, when I rocked up, those boys, the guys you named, the Stewart brothers, Trocky, Stevie Maddai, Jamie Lyon, all those sorts of guys, the team, the club was well and truly run by the senior boys. It was buy into it and do the right thing. If you buy into the culture, and they're not rah-rah guys, it's like, it was just known. Like, they didn't have to say anything. It was just like, all right, these boys are... you got guys like Jason King in that too, who's I always talk about him in high regard. Guy that probably
welcome to the NRL now.
Is he? Okay, yeah, because he was. He was a man like really smart footy player. I think he's got a law degree now.
Yeah, like I think he's pretty up there with.
Yeah, so Kinga, I loved guys like Kinga. They all those guys, for as good as many accomplishments as they had, they didn't. You'd never think it like the way they were. So. Very like humbling, but you sort of knew where you were in the pecking order in the most respectful way. You buy into it, we'll win games, we'll have a good time, we party together, we do all that sort of shit together, and that just bred this culture that was successful for so many years, and it had probably been passed on from like guys like Steve Menzies and Cliffy Lyons and all those guys, Jeff Tuvey. So there was a really good culture there, mate, and those guys just instilled it in us.